Hi guys, so this time I'll be using my phone with an application named Coding C, which I have downloaded earlier. I'm going to show you today how to use or when to use clear screen as well as getch in your program. But in order for you to use them, you will be requiring to include the connu.h. As you can see in your header files, there are two header files present, tdio.h and connu.h. So without the connu.h, without declaration of the connu.h, you won't be able to use the clear screen or the getch function. Okay, so for this compiler, it's not necessary to write the clear screen function at the beginning of the code inside your main program. It is because the compiler is already able to clear the screen for you when you first run the program. Take a look. Okay, so hello world was displayed. Every time that you are going to run the program, it erases all the previous output and then immediately display hello world as an output. So it would be unnecessary for you to create a clear screen on the first statement for your main program. But if you are using the Turbo C program, clear screen clrscr is necessary so that whenever you run the program, you will have a clean screen before printing down hello world. In this case, it will not matter because the application allows you to clear the screen when you first run the program. I changed clear screen and move it to the below your printf function. So when you run the program, the first thing that the computer will do is that it prints the hello world, and afterwards, after performing the printing of hello world as an output, it immediately followed by the clear screen function. So the clear screen function, again, its function is to erase all the text output on the screen, and then it will now followed by the return 0, which marks the end of the program. So when you run this code, it would look like this. As you can see, hello world was no longer visible. It is because after printing the clear screen, the hello world, the next command or the next statement is a clear screen which erases all the output, the text output, and then it is now followed by the getch or the return 0 statement and ends your program. Let us add more codes to our program. Take a look at the position where the clear screen statement is located. It's in line 8. So this means that in your code, if you're going to read the code from line 6 to 7, there are two printf of hello world. So this will be performed by the computer. Then it is followed by the clear screen, which erases the two lines, the two printfs, statement 7 and 6 and 7, and then it will be followed by 4 hello world outputs because you have 4 printf statements. By just looking at the code, the expected output would be 4 sets of hello world. Let's see that one. As you can see, there are 4 sets of hello world that are only displayed. The 2 other printed hello world was erased because the clear screen function was encountered. you can actually create as many clear screen function as you want and place it anywhere in the code within the main program. If you write it in this way, by taking a look at the program, you will be able to identify that there will only be one hello world text that you are going to, that will be displayed when you run the program. So only one hello world was printed. It is because that the second clear screen on line 12 was encountered. So therefore the text prior to line 12, like the 5 printfs on lines 6, 7, 9, 10, and 11 will now be erased because a clear screen was encountered. And then after that, line 13 prints 1 hello world, so therefore the output would be the printf on line 13. Let us now use the getch function. I have placed two getch functions. To write the getch function, you just simply use getch and then followed by a parenthesis and then end it with a semicolon. So that is the statement when you write your getch function. The getch function allows the user to enter a value, or press a key on your keyboard as an input before it moves to the next statement. So in a way, you are trying to pause the program. I use getch function as a way to pause the program because we want to see the results first before moving to the next statement. If you evaluate the code where two getch function was created on line 8 and line 13, when the computer reads your codes, first it will print to hello world for line 6 and 7, and then followed by getch. So this means that after printing hello world twice, the program will pause because it needs a key that will be pressed on your keyboards before proceeding to line number 9, which is the clear screen, and then proceed to the next statements for 10 and then 12, and then another getch function, and then followed by the clear screen. So if you evaluate how the getch was positioned, first it will print 2 hello world, then followed by the getch, then it clears the output and then prints again 3 hello worlds, and then getch function, so which means after displaying 3 hello worlds, it will pause before it will be cleared, and finally on line 15 a hello world will be displayed, which is one set only, and then the program terminates. So let us run the program. So here you can see 2 hello worlds was printed, and then it will be followed by a get, so we need to press enter once, and then it was followed by clear screen, so it clears the screens first, and then followed by 3 printf. That's why you will now have here 3 printfs of hello world, and then it was followed again by a getch, and then that's why it is in a pause. So if I'm going to press enter here, it now proceeds to the next statement, which is the printing of hello world, and then followed by return 0, and then ends the program. Always remember when you create where you place your getch and clear screen function, remember that the computer is able to read those codes from the first one statement at a time, starting from the top going to the bottom. So I suggest that when you create your statements, you always do it one statement per line.